Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our beginning playthrough of Final Girl versus the Intruders. And we're about to get started with this game. Now, you probably, if you watched the last video, I did a lot of setup and discussion. I talked about the new Season 2 box and all the stuff that's in it. I talked a bit about that. I talked a bit about some of the extras. So if you're interested in that, please go back and check that out. But as you know, we're playing Ginny, our final girl, versus the Intruders at the Wingard Cottage. And now Ginny is in the bathroom as somebody bursts in who is being marked for death by these crazy intruders that this person knows are on the way. They alert Ginny to their presence and let her know that they're coming, and she gets the resolve, having lived through terrible things in her past, to take these folks down before they kill a bunch of people. Now, why are the intruders there? Well, there's a bit of a story behind that. It says that the intruders believe they are doing holy work, freeing souls from a pitiful existence in our world, one consumed by greed, ambition, lust, and jealousy. In their eyes, the rich, successful, and well-to-do are the ones most suffering from the sinful way of living, their sinful way of living. They feel it is up to them to relieve them of their worldly possessions. Well, we'll see about that. Ginny's going to try and stop him. Now, we do have this special white meeple out here. This is the person I'm talking about. Probably one of the owners of the Wingard Cottage comes in to tell him that this horrible group has stalked their family before and is out to kill everybody that's visiting the cottage right now. And this is our problem. This outsider who's in the bathroom happens to be in this place where Ginny started. I'm sure she loved this person bursting in on her. It was amazing. Great movie moment. But whenever the killer must choose a target, as long as that outsider is alive, it is chosen instead. On its way toward the outsider, the killer kills one victim in each space it moves through, including the starting space and ending space. So it's going to start trying to kill people along the way. Luckily, the shortest way right now is not through people. But what I ideally want to do is get him out of the area before they start traipsing around going after this one individual. And I think we can do it. I think there's a way to do it if I can get moving quickly. And we'll see, because we're about to start. Let's get going. Everything's set up and ready to go. We have 3 killers in this, in the Intruders. And by the way, as you saw on the preview, I'm going to show you a picture. There are actually names. You can see Ginny here. There are names on the bottom of these things. So I didn't even know that. So thank you for pointing that out, viewer. Their names are on the bottom. So this killer is named Baghead, and there he is. And then this killer here, this old bearded man with his weird mask on, is named Zeke. Go figure. Zeke. I'm sure there's very nice people named Zeke, just not this one, and they tend to pop up in horror films a lot. Like Evil Rednecks or something. And then there's Trish. Trish has got this big furry goat, or it's like something out of Yellow Jackets or something like that. That's what it looks like. Okay, well, let's get going. We are going to start with our first turn. And if you recall, the first part of the turn is the action phase, where we're going to play our action cards and spend our time to see if we can get something done. Now, on the first turn, we only have these 0 action item cards. These 0 cost item cards, rather. And we're going to play them and get moving. Now, remember, in this one, we can also gather stuff. There's locations on the map where if I spend the time, I can gather some resources to craft some additional items. And I'd sure, since the baseball bat is out there, I'd sure like to try and do that, because there's a couple of items that require the baseball bat. Here's one of them. It requires a wooden bat, a knife, a rope, and 2 time. Well, we can get rope on the board, and there's a knife and a wooden bat in the shed. The wooden bat's in the shed, and the knife's in the garage. How Ginny knows that, I don't know, but they are there. And we're going to be heading kind of toward the garage, so maybe there's a good chance we can at least start by picking up that knife and see where we go. So, with that being said, I kind of want to start with a focus, but I think we're going to start with a walk. And we're going to play the walk down here. We're going to roll against it. The reason I'm starting with that, if you haven't played before, is because of the dice. Now, we're going to start in our current situation. We have 2 dice to roll. Okay. Now, this is obviously nothing. This allows us to pay 2 additional cards to flip it to a success. So if we get no successes, we still have a chance to get a success as long as we get one of these. These are 4s and I think 3s and 4s, and then the successes are 5s and 6. Let's roll our dice and see if we can walk. Ideally, we want to get 2 successes, then we can walk 2 spaces. I'm taking this clown with me, this intruder, this person that's marked for death, called the Outsider. We're going to get him out of here as quickly as possible. I did get 1 success. I think we're going to have to deal with that because obviously there's no other way to re-roll this die right now. So we're going to move 1 space and we're going to spend 1 time. So before I forget, because sometimes if you do the action first, you start forgetting, I'm moving our time marker down 1 to 5. We always start at 6 at the beginning of every round. You can go hard mode. I don't remember what that's exactly. It's EFM or EHM. It's basically hard mode. And start at 5, but we're not going to do that. We're going to move 1, and we're going to take this person with us. It doesn't say anything on the card that we can't. We're going to move down into this bedroom right here. And that's a start. And we're going to take this card, and we're going to place it in our play area, meaning we've used it. Now, good news is we have another walk card available to us, and we're going to try that right now. Since we didn't have to burn any of the cards, we might as well keep going. So let's play this walk card again, another walk card. Now, unfortunately, there's no door between here and the laundry room where these 2 folks are. But try and wrap around because we can get them out through the driveway right there. And we can get to the driveway through the garage. We can also then get, I think that is, what is that stuff there? I'll have to look on the special rules for this, but one of the resources we can get are there. We can also get search and get the knife in the garage, so we want to do that. Ooh, that's not good, but this is why I did this first. We are not going to let that fail. Here's what we're going to do. 2 cards we don't need immediately is we don't need this weak attack and short rest. Now I am down to 4 time. I just did that off screen, and I'm going to place this walk in our plate area, and we're going to move, unfortunately, only 1 more time into the foyer. We're taking this guy's babbling at me after bursting in on me in the bathroom. Real chump. Anyway, I think I'm tempted to stop there. I could play these focus cards. What's cool about focus cards is they reduce your terror rating, which eventually, or horror rating rather, which eventually could give you more dice to roll, which would be awfully nice. Instead of just the 2 that we have currently, we would have more. All right, so, but I do believe I'm going to take that chance to end there because that gives us 4 time to spend on additional cards in the next phase of the game, which will be now. So let's take a look at that. We're going to go into the planning phase. We're going to purchase action cards, and then after we've done that, we're going to reset the time. So let's take a look at cards. A little bit of glare on this card right here. This is Fury Strike. I'm just showing it to you because we're not going to get it right now. Though I could, because I only did spend 2 times, so we're down at 4. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to pick up a sprint for 2. That is going into our hand. That's going to bring us down to 2 time. And then I think we're going to pick, because we're going to end up in the garage, we're going to pick a search card, which will bring us down to 0 time, and that will end our planning phase. And at the end of the planning phase, and I won't show this every time, but at the end of the planning phase, we're going to go back up to 6. I'm just going to do it. I'll tell you I'm doing it when we're off camera. And then we are going to reset our, wait, do we do that before or after? I just got to remember. I want to make sure I do it in the exact right order for you, because sometimes I'll get out of order. Yeah, I think we're going to then return all the play action cards. That is right. So here's what we're going to do. All the cards we played, luckily they're all 0 cost cards. So they're all just going to stack right here. And then next turn, when I do my planning phase, I get them all back into my hand. So that allows us to build up our hand again with some walks and some things like that. And you know that we did use 2 walks, and we used our short rest and weak attack to be successful on one of those walk maneuvers. Now, we're going to take the killer's action. The first thing that we do in the killer's action is we do this, and I'm not going to show you what's on the front of the card yet, but this is what we're going to do. It says all killers attack either the final girl or a victim and kill one, but they don't have any victims in the area, so they're not going to do that. They're simply going to move. And so basically, actually they're not, yes, they are going to do that next, I believe, but we're going to draw and resolve a card. So actually they don't move with their action. That's interesting. Normally they do, but we're going to draw and resolve our first terror card and see what it is. We're not going to make it through the night. Oh no. Okay, so we're going to move 1 and kill, but there's nobody there. This is good. And this guy, they're going after this guy still, so they're going to move here first. All 3 of them, because remember it says, oh wait, I don't think this is all 3 of them. I have to look at that. Is this all killers or no killers? Let me think. That might just be good old I think the first one up is our person, yeah, her, Trish. Let me look that up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I got this worked out. This does not mean all killers. It just means the active killer, which is currently Trish. So Trish is first going to move here. She's heading down that path toward the house. And now this would be interesting because there are multiple ways for them to go. Like, these people are technically closer, but remember, they're going to go after the marked for death person. Okay, and then this means that the active killer is going to change and go up. So it's going to go up from here, which means it's going to wrap around, and then Zeke is going to go and attempt to kill somebody. But again, luckily, there's no one to kill. So Zeke and Trish head off this way, leaving Baghead by himself to go find some other people to kill. But unfortunately, this is when we might start noticing they're coming, because the horror level goes up. And you can barely make the horror track out here. That means that this is going to go up. We're going to resolve that terror card, and it is done. That is a full round. So we have now, we could rearrange items if we wanted to and reveal the final terror card if we were out of terror cards, but we're not, or sorry, the final blah, blah, blah. But we're not out of terror cards yet, and we've moved 2 of the killers. Now it's back to us. Now, we're going to go back around now to our action phase, which will focus us on the cottage here. So here's Ginny. She's making a run for it, trying to bring this clown with her. They're going to chase her anyway, so we got to get moving, which means we're going to play a sprint. And one of the reasons I didn't want to spend the 2 focus cards, even though they're very useful to us and could get us more dice, is because I don't want to fail at these. And I have these 2 dice to spend. So hopefully we get to use these focus cards in the right way, but it is what it is. So we're going to try and get a sprint. If I get 2 successes, I can move 3 spaces. That'll make the difference for us. Let's see if we can do it. Oh no, this is not good, but as you can see, that's why I kept these 2 cards, because we're going to play them. All right, so unfortunately, we're not going to get the focus, but we are going to turn one of these into a success, which means we're allowed to move 2 spaces at the cost of 1 time. So at 5 time, we're going to go 1. We're going to grab, we can carry 2 people with us. We're going to grab this guy from the laundry room and head toward the garage. Next time we'll be able to walk to the driveway. I just hope these clowns don't get too close to us here. We're going to have to make a mad dash for it, I think, while we're in the garage. But while we're in the garage, this is kind of risky. This is played now, and we spent 1 time, so we're at 5 time. I want to do this search because I want to get the top card off of there. I just want the knife. We only need 1 success. We only need 1 success, but we're going to have to get lucky. If we fail, it's just bad. So let's see if we can, because we're in the garage. We want to try and get the knife. Come on, it's the knife. Oh my gosh, look at that. Twice in a row. So we failed. Now, what do we do on the failure on this card? We can take the top item card and go up 2 on the horror track and lose 2 time, or we can go up 1 on the horror track and lose 1 time. How valuable is this knife to us right now? What does it say? It says, knives are so versatile. Now, the reason I want to get this knife is because I want to get this disemboweler. It's a really cool item. It does some cool stuff. But do I want to take the risk? Do I want to take the risk of doing this? This is risky. Risky. Now, in the Wingard cartridge, I also can spend a time to get some stuff. What is the stuff I can get there? Let me see. It is tools, right? So I can get the discarded tools, which we don't need for the stuff that we're trying to build right now. I don't know if I want to waste time on that, though. What else could we get with the tools? Nothing, actually. The items that we have for the craftable items do not need the tools. They need nails and wood and stuff like that. So, and rope. So I think, do I wait? We're going to have a lot of cards back next turn. I think I'm going to, this is sad, but I think I'm going to wait. But we only spent 1 time to move there. This is really rough because I don't want to lose this card. And, oh, well, I already did it. What am I talking about? I'm not going to wait. I already did this. Oh, man. 2 terror. That puts us 1 away. If that terror card's going for 1 dice, and then we'll have to spend, we will not have our focuses back to do this. Do I just take the hit the 2 time? We're going to do it. We're going to go spend 2 horror and 2 time, or 3 time, to get the knife. I don't know. This is probably uber risky. Yeah, well, it is. Now, how that works for us in our space here, this is a one-handed item. So we're just going to put it right there. And that means that we're taking up this 1 hand. You can see we're at 3 time, and we're almost in a bad spot with the terror cards. We're going to put that in our plate area. And that is our turn. Now we have 3 time to spend. What are we going to do with it? Moving on to the planning phase, I think I need a search again. Okay, I get to take all of these 0 cards back. So the search cost us 2 time. That leaves us with 1 time, and I think with that 1 time, we're going to take a close call. Allows us a reroll. So that is what we're going to do for this round in our planning. That puts us at 0 time and putting the marker back to 6. And then we're going to place these back out. So the search goes right there. The sprint goes right here. And the 2 focuses are going to go in the 0 action card spot for next round. Sadly, though, it's the killer's time. So let's see what happens. Well, once again, the killers don't have anybody to attack. Remember, they attack somebody in their space. There's nobody for any of them to attack. Zeke is still the killer, the active killer. And so all we can do next, they don't have any attacks. We're just going to draw a tarot card. What do we get? Oh, at least it's not going to bump up our horror rating. Go away. Each killer in your space or on the same space with a victim takes a damage. Well, there isn't any. That sucks. Each killer damaged this way attacks somebody. That doesn't happen either. Then we're going to draw a new event. That does not mean the event goes away. It just means we're going to draw a new one. Let's see what it is. Let's hope it's good. Brainstorming. That sounds good, actually, doesn't it? They called me MacGyver when I was a kid. Randomly select 2 crafted item cards from the unused crafted items that are now available to craft. Okay, we'll put that out. That is not bad. Okay, so 2 randomly select. It says random, right? Yeah, okay. So we're going to get 2 more crafted items that we could possibly make and see what we do. Maybe now there might be a reason to get some of the discarded tools. Let's see what we have here. We have the Obliterator. What the heck is that? Wood, rope, discarded tools, nails, and 4 time to build this. It does 3 damage. It's 2-handed. This is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. The Obliterator may not be used to modify reaction cards, and all movement is reduced by 1. It's a pretty beefy thing. Okay, well, anyway, we do have the ability to get that item now. And what's our other one that we can get on the crafted items? The Porcupines, the shield. I like that. We need a trash can lid. Don't see that available to us yet. Nails and 2 time. Ignore a hit and deal 1 damage to the enemy when attacked. I like that a lot too. These are some cool crafted items, but we don't have them. So that actually ends this tarot card. 9 more to go. Let's see what we can do. I don't know. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. Okay. Because we haven't been able to do that much in our turn, I think finally we're going to have a beefy turn. But with that said, I think we're going to take 1 more turn, then we'll end this video for tonight. I don't want it to be too long. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we took the 2 time and we suffered the effects and took the knife. I need to do a focus. Okay, here, let's see what we got. We're going to get a focus that I do have them, right? I don't have them, not till next turn, so we're not going to get a focus this turn. But there are other ways we can get some terror down, right? Some horror down, and I think we're going to do that by walking these 2 folks out of the building. So we're going to play a walk first. Let's see what we can do there. Oh wait, a search first, rather. I need to search that. I want to search the garage since we're in it. No, do I want to or want to hold on to it? I don't know what's in the garage anymore, so it might not be that useful to us. I think we're going to hold on to that for just a minute. And you, by the way, you have a 10 card maximum in your hand, just to let you know. We're going to do a walk. And I think I'm going to spend my first time to get the discarded tools into my backpack used for crafting. Wait, the only thing that, you know what, that's probably wasteful. The only thing that that's useful for right now is the Obliterator. I'm not going to do that. So we're still at 6 time at the moment. We're going to draw a walk card. I'm going to take 2 different dice. I didn't like the way those other ones were rolling for me. Come on, let's get it done. Are you kidding? I'm just rolling the same things over and over again. I do have a reroll as opposed to giving up 2 cards, but I still have the short rest and weak attack that we don't need immediately, so I'm just going to give those up, and we'll take 1 of these successes. So we're going to lose 1 time, and we're going to move 1 space. Now, I've been able to rescue these people, and the marked for death character is off the board. That I don't know if that's good or bad, because right now the characters, we're going to head toward him, which there's no victims in the way. Now, the interesting thing about the driveway here, you see these things with the doors, that means that we can immediately save victims. So here's the 2 victims. Let's go look and see what Ginny's going to do with that. Yeah, I think I already know. So what do we have here? We have the ability to reduce horror. We're going to do one of those. But I've been debating. I could get more time. That would be helpful. Or I can take a guard reaction card. That would be helpful. Or I can reduce the horror rating by 2. I think definitely we're reducing it by 1. Do I reduce it by 2 or do I get that guard card? And what does a guard card do? I'll show you. Where's guard? It basically, if you get 2 successes, you ignore all damage. That's pretty nice. If you get 1 success, you reduce it by 2 damage. Currently, since they haven't killed any victims, they're only doing 1 damage right now. Maybe that's not a useful item at the moment. It will probably be a little bit more useful later on. I'm not damaged, so I can't really do anything with health here. This is our health up here. So I think I'm going to reduce the horror rating back down to 4. Keep us in a safe space. And 2 victims have been rescued. Good job, Jenny. Or Ginny, rather. So we're going to get that card is going into our plate area. Now what do we want to do? I still have another walk. I could walk back in the garage and search. I could start heading toward the laundry room, grab that guy. Or I could head north and grab some other people, get them out of here. I think, well, we're definitely going to walk, so we'll put that out there. Hopefully we just get some successes. Man, I'm rolling these things as crazily as I can. Oh, look at that. Just failure. Oh, man, wow. This is good. This is going to be... Hey, this is how it usually goes for me, isn't it? So, yeah, that's not good for us. We got a nothing burger there. So our choices are we can move 1 and take a damage and spend 2 time, or we can lose 2 time. We'll do the move 1. We're going to move 1. We're going to take a damage. That means we're down to, over 6, we're down to 5. We're going to move 1 back up to here. Okay. And we're going to lose 2 times, so we're at 3 time now. And that's the end of that. That was not good. Oh, wait, you know, I could have re-rolled one of those. Let's take that back. I'm going to go back. I am going to re-roll. I do have that re-roll before I get rid of this walk card. Let's put it back out on the table. Here we are. I'm going to give her health back for just a moment because we're going to play this close call, which allows us to re-roll one of these dice. Let's see what we get. We got that, which isn't going to help us because all I have left in my hand is a search, so the results are the same anyway. And we burned another card, so that was actually worse. So we're now down. I'm going to go down from 5 to 3. I am going to take that health hit, and we are going to move back to the garage. Okay, that was that. Yeah, nice. Okay, well, here we go. This game's not going well for me at all at this moment in time. Hopefully we'll get lucky. I do have a knife. If that does any good. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're going to go to our planning phase. I'm going to get, including our search, I'm going to get the 2 focuses back, which is helpful. And then I think I'm going to get, for 2 time, which will put us down to 1 time, a sprint. And with the other time, the last time I have left, I'm going to pull the other close call, so I have a reroll. That's going to put the timer back up to 6, and then we're going to go to the killer phase. What's happening with the killers? Well, the killers are going to first do their main action, which is attack. They haven't done that. There's nothing to attack. And then we're going to draw a terror card. Okay. Oh my God, what is happening to us? If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw another terror card. There are. We're going to move towards victims, closest victims, and attack, and then move close toward. This is going to be the active. So it's just going to be. This is just going to be Zeke, not all, because it doesn't say all. It will say all if it's all. So Zeke, and it doesn't change hands. As I'm looking through the rules, it will not change the killer in this moment because it doesn't say to, and we're not being attacked. It only happens in certain circumstances. When they're killed, when they're attacked, or when the card has those arrows showing that the killer changes. So the first thing we're going to do is move Zeke toward the closest group of people. I think that means he's going to move, because see, this person's 1, 2 away. These people are 1, 2. Yeah, he's going to move here. It's interesting how they're splitting up. That's kind of neat. There's nobody there to attack, so no victims. Now, I have a choice. He's going to do that again. There are 2 people here, 3 people here. I don't want... I mean, if I go here, this person's definitely going to run back into here and likely end up getting killed the next turn by one of them. So, I think... Man, I got lucky in choosing to, well, I didn't get lucky, but the choice to drop the horror is really important, and I'll show you why in a minute. I think Zeke is going to then, for his second part of this action, right here, is going to go here, kill a victim. Okay, so we have one dead. Where do the dead people go in this scenario? I think they go up here in the victim pool. They're a dead victim. And that means that the intruders' power goes up here. Their bloodlust, and it goes up 1. You notice that this happens. This is what I was talking about, if you can't see it. This says that the terror track is going up 2. Man, that was so good that I dropped it down, because we would have been, not only would we have gone into the red, but it would have bounced up against here and knocked it up again, and they would now be doing 2 movement instead of 1, which is really bad. It's a while before they get more than 1 damage. That's good. Maybe that's why there's 3. They're a little weaker. But anyway, the first of the rich housegoers have been killed. Now that we've resolved the terror card, I think I'm going to lose this, by the way. I'm already down 3 cards, and I haven't been able to do much of anything. It's really rough. But now that we're down to that, we got to the panic phase. Okay. Panic phase. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. The 2 people that just saw their friend get killed in the lake, at the lakefront, they're all sitting by the lake. Zeke came up and slashed the head off of one of them, fell into the lake. The other ones freak out and run. We're going to roll a die, and they're both going to take off running in a direction, 1 space. So on a 1 to 3, they're going to go this way. 4 to 6, one of them's going that way. So the first one goes here, and the second one, come on, go the other way. Good, good, good. Goes here. That gives me some reprieve, I think. Okay, that's it for the killer phase. So then we're going to go to upkeep phase. There's really nothing to do. Yeah, we did the panic phase. The panic, they ran, and we're good. Okay, well, that's going to end this episode. So we've done some killing, we've done some purchasing, and I feel like I'm going to run out of time before I get anything done because of the slow start. It took me 3 turns to get 2 people saved off the board. That's insane. So that's a really bad start with all the misses and everything. Now, hopefully we can pick it up and get a good run on a sprint, get some wood maybe, start to get closer to building this Disemboweler, which does this 2 damage, which does actually only 1 less than the Obliterator, so that's not bad. I'd happily take that and start killing these guys because they do have a lot of health. But we'll see. And in the meantime, let me know what you think. Let me know if I made any errors. I don't believe that I did, but I'm sure you will let me know if I have. So, and please be nice about it. We're playing games, we all make mistakes. Anyway, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.